Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I have a clip featuring Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America. And I predict that this 15-second clip of Donald Trump saying a few things about the war in Ukraine and who might be behind it meets the standards of other two speeches. One of Eisenhower when he left office, remember? He talked about the military-industrial complex on the last day of his presidency. And you had the other speech of John F. Kennedy when he talked about the secret groups, remember? Secret organizations, talk about democracy. Well, he didn't make it. That was not his last day in the office as it was Eisenhower, but they made sure that pretty soon he's going to go. So Donald Trump here will say certain things in 15 seconds. 15. And we're going to discuss, I think is one of the most courageous, dangerous, maybe crazy things that he said. Now, I don't know if this is just lip service, and he doesn't mean it. We'll see by the reaction of the media and the reaction of the suspects. So here is a little clip. So listen carefully to Donald Trump talking about who is behind what.
I refuse to bend the knee to their next endless war in Ukraine. I want peace. They want money and they want conflict, even if it means walking us into the brink of World War III, which frankly it is doing, and it's doing it rapidly. I refuse to bend the knee to their next endless war in Ukraine. I want peace. They want money and they want conflict, even if it means walking us into the brink of World War III, which frankly it is doing, and it's doing it rapidly.
So, who's they? I refuse to bend the knee to their endless war. And they want endless war, and they will walk us into the Third World War. Who's they? The other guy in the last day said military-industrial complex. The other one did not mention them. He said just secret societies. That's, I think it was the word, not organizations. Secret societies work behind the scenes, and that could undermine the democracy and the free blah blah. Remember, go and watch that one, JFK. So this, I think, is who's they? Well, I tell you who I think they is. One day or many day. Remember Dave Chappelle when he said, Dave, they are after you. They are to get you. They are after, or whoever identifies as the pronouns. They are after you and say, oh my God, oh. One day or many day? It's not the same here. Who's they here? Well, cheers. Some Corona peace. But hey, we drink it. Has to go to the system and then goes back to Mexico and comes back to United. They bottle it in Rio Grande. Everything that goes there. Anyway, so here it is, or from Mississippi River into the Gulf of America. And then they suck it and they put it, rebottle it, and send it back to us. Let me see. Smells like mine. All right, fuck it. So what's going on here, my friends? Who's they? This is who I think they is. Military-industrial complex, for sure, and the financial institutions, the banks, international banks, and the excuse me, how do you call that? The energy industry, the resources, natural resources. After all, Russia is aimed at for its resources. And unfortunately for these guys, Russia can defend its resources with missiles, nuclear missiles. So they want to grab that, including a consumer's market, which is the Russians turn into a, modern economic slave, consumer. happy consumer. Ooh, my credit card, zip, $19,000. Okay, due. It's okay. I paid $23 a month. And then after that, what happens? My house gets taken. If I have one. If not, I'm going to be just shamefully buried, or not even. So what's going on here? I always call these three pillars of profiteering and interest the main ones. There's the banking system, financial, economic, financial. Then you got the military industrial complex, the arm manufacturing companies, and the generals who got $1 trillion in the budget of Trump. And then you got the biggest anyway, but it's called defense budget, not offense. So we just block and just defend ourselves, self-defense, like Israel. Can't make shit up. Things are upside down. The inversion of reality. And then the third one is grabbing the resources. I mean, think about it. For us, human beings, we can, unless we live in the woods, in the caves, we need stuff. For instance, we need glasses. So you need to produce something. That's why when I heard the United States of America is post-service economy or something, I was like, what the fuck that means, post-service? So we're not robbing one anymore. What are we doing? Post-robbing? We just imagine we're robbing? We don't even do it. We don't build shit, weapons, and a few computers, if or anything. And then, so you need stuff. You definitely need food. You need shelter, the basic needs. Remember, air, water, shelter, food, and they say companionship. I don't buy that one, but hey, let's introduce that in the basic needs. I think there are 5. But anyway, so you got things. Without things, you have to have a house. In order to build a house, you have to have nails. You have to have people who work. You have to have tools. You have to build stuff. How do you build stuff? You build stuff with resources. Okay? You need plastic, no more glass, unfortunately. Oh, this is titanium. Ooh la la, where do you get it? So where do you get it? From China or what? And you need many other things. You need who builds this together, the tools. Those are all manufactured with chemicals. Let's put it this easy. With chemicals, with things put together, pop, and make it. Correct? You need a lousy mouse. You have to build it from plastic. Anyway, and things like this. You want to watch the same thing. So you need these things from resources. Now, how do you do that? In order to do that, you have a business. Businesses nowadays without a bank who's going to give you money so you can outcompete the other ones to have a bigger market share, you need the banks. Banks, remember, banks are international banks for international businesses. And then you need you need the military. Why do you need the military? The military will pave the road for you to enter in any country weak enough with a red carpet. That's what it is. The military is the enforcing arm of these interests. That's it. So weapons, get weapons. You need materials, raw materials for weapons. You need people to work, obviously. And then what do you need? You need money. How do you get money if you're working in a deficit like the United States of America? You print it or you borrow it. So, and the banks are everywhere. You see, nowadays we can't live without banks somehow. So here you have Trump. What do you think will happen to Trump? Now, let's say this is for real. If what he said right now is for real, what's today? The 3rd, right? I don't give him 2 months, 3 months. And in 3 months, he's going to have a heart attack, natural causes, or a mini stroke. That's it. Or he is going to come out and says that he resigns. Or that's when, like that. And the other one is, he's not going to do anything. He just, Now, which one will be? As I said, it's going to be in the next, I would say, 2 months. The next 2 months, we're going to find out if this thing was a show or it was for real. But remember, it's one of the three. It's not don't ask the country what it can do for you, but ask you what you can do for the country. That's JFK. No, that's Alexander the Great, actually, if you didn't know that one. But nevertheless, it sounds good, right? Don't ask the country. You do your own thing, man. But if the government is tyrannical, they're going to not allow you to do your thing. So what are you going to do? Are you gonna chick and go? I don't think so. The government has the military. Gonna fuck you up in no time. You don't even know it. Only when they pull out. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Then you realize only. Thank you very much for being with me again today. That's bad. That's bad. If this is for real, Trump again gained some points again, because Trump for me right now is like this: choo choo, cookie cuckoo. In Israel and the Middle East, I'm not sure yet, but he gained some points. He lost some points. We'll find out whose guy he is. Maybe he's himself, but I don't think so. We'll find out. Time will tell. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. And one more thing. These guys over there, they can't do, obviously, everything they want or they would like to, even if they can. I think they have to negotiate with these powers, these entities, what they can give them and are allowed to do. So it's like I give you something, but you allow me to do this. Like for instance, let's say Israel, Middle East. Trump is okay over there, but he's allowed to implement DEI against diversity, equity, inclusion, diversity garbage. He's allowed to attack that, but he closes an eye on the guys in the Middle East. You know what I mean? Because of the connection between the same guys over there who live among us, right? The Europeans mainly. Goddamn, Corona, my piece did not work tonight. Thank you very much for being with me again today. See you later. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. All right, where are you? Right there.